My only child. Mother Nature possesses Machiavellian wisdom. She does not treat us as what we should be, but rather as what we are. If our upbringing depended on the kindness of strangers, there would be no way to sustain the species. If we were to show up on the doorstep of a house at random and ask the occupants to let us enter, eat at their table, sleep in their bedroom, and to pay our debts for more than 18 years, they would slam the door in our face. But if we were to use a womb instead of a door, they would regard us tenderly and would give us everything even before we learned how to ask for it. Nature knows that we are selfish and that we will not serve anyone we know to be an outsider. Thus, it puts strangers inside our bodies, so we will feel that they are part of us. The partnership is consolidated, we give them our surname, and in addition to the physical resemblance passed on through our genes, we end up being convinced that these creatures are our own flesh. We live this fantasy throughout our lives. Even after adolescence, when it becomes evident that there are no tots, but rather individuals living under our roofs, we still insist on believing ourselves to be their creators, and we dare to take credit for their accomplishments and blame for their failures. We still do not understand that the animal legacy of the family, machismo, authority, tradition, and punishment, is the currency with which we pay for the perpetuation of our species. The subterfuge of the family ensured that man would walk upon this planet. But rather than feeling insulted or swindled by the laws of the flesh, we must understand that our tough conscience leaves us no greater alternatives. We grew up in the lap of nature, with fairy tales that helped us bear the overwhelming responsibility of our existence. We delegated this terrible task to our gods, until our wonderful awareness revealed to us that we are the hands of the gods. The species can continue existing, no doubt, but no longer with social blackmail or natural fantasy. Supreme man, hardened by the pain of pursuing egotistical goals, will offer his hand to a stranger, and will love him like a son. Man will first be governed by his will, and then ennobled by his sentiments. This man has yet to walk upon the earth. This charming denouement will not be the salvation of the family, but rather its final epitaph. Before all of this occurs, our species will suffer an uncomfortable awakening in which we will find our homes filled with strangers. Those who are not prepared to understand it will destroy each other. The family will suffer a final, resounding collapse. It is necessary, my beloved girl, that you exercise your awareness and carefully observe the families you know before trying to become part of them. Pay no attention to what their members say they feel for each other, especially at ceremonies and social events. Instead, observe the abundance, or lack of, excitement on their faces when they see each other. This excitement does not wane when the family reveals its true personality, but instead becomes stronger. It is extremely difficult to find such a family. This is why one must construct it. And you will find that once you gather together 3 or 4 members, it may be that none of them share the same blood type. Those who share your vision of the world, how living is worthwhile, are your family. That vision must be developed voluntarily after freeing yourself from all the moral restraints that society needs in order to prevent the masses from thinking for themselves. A common mistake in these voluntary families is to despise traditional blood relation families. Our own minds needed an incubation period in these primitive cells. Part of the nobility of the new man is that he patiently and humbly recognizes the position every creature occupies in this marvelous development of awareness, and does not despise those who remain at earlier levels. This truth is not preached, dear girl. It is applied. You must learn how to find kindred spirits and recognize them as brothers. That will be your family, beyond any racial or genetic ties. But do not try to disseminate this incomprehensible and harsh truth to those who still take pride in their surname or their nation. The new family of the new mankind is an association without the bonds of blood or land. It is a brotherhood of principles.